Hello everybody and welcome to round 5 of the AOR GTE League Season 3. Here we are with McCarthy. Here is his pole lap, flying through cops in 5th gear. Oh, good lap. good lap. Hey, that, because the gridding started, that reset it. So we'll start again, right? We'll just get here. Right, so he was in 5th, some people took it in 4th. You cut a lot of the curb on the inside there. Stay to the left as wide as possible to get the best entry here. Onto the hangar straight. No! Stone. And into club. He knew last corner, but not now you'll see. Into the old Abbey chicane. Clips apex nicely. Under the bridge. Carrying as much speed as you can, and then just a little bit of brakes down it in a 2nd gear. I'm waiting patiently to get on the throttle. Run it wide. And that is pole for McCarthy by 4 thousandths of a second over Holstein. So in 3rd we've got Lauren, who is a whole second slower than Holstein. So it looks like it'll be a 2-horse race for the win tonight. A shirt. Only 3 tenths behind him. And then Olsen in 5th, Rosen will start 6th. Half tenth slower is Sardov. In 7th, Falstrom is 8th. And then 3 thousandths slower in 9th is Stevie Chambers. 1 a lap. In 10th, we got Alexis Perry-Bush. Alexander Waldo in 11th. Nicholas Di Mino is a 10th behind in 12th. And Schumanin in 13th. Bremerman? No, Brenneman. See, I thought those 2 N's were an M there. And then I looked properly. Marvin Sluman in the 15th. Big McCulloch in 16th. Stefan Kavke, the last person to set a lap, 7 in 17th. I don't think he's put a proper lap in there because he's nearly 4 seconds off pole. And the 2 idiots at the back, Chris DeCarts and Phil Reid, who have both messed up the qualifying laps and will start right at the back. So it's going to be interesting watching them come through the field. Yeah, so that's your grid. McCarthy had an up and down race in the last race, but he came through and finished somewhere in 5th or 6th. Um, Christopherstein won last time out, and a very topsy-turvy race for the lead at Imola. But we'll see what happens tonight. And he's going to let the pace car get a bit further ahead here as he becomes a proper safety car. Holstein's taking the lead, almost. And now ready to get going here. Will Holstein get the jump? Holstein is trying to get any advantage he can. And now we're quite slow.
Green flag.
But now, right away! And it was so close between the leaders at the start there. He nearly got caught out himself. Flying through Maggots and Beckett. Get a camera. Let's look at what's happening. A few side by sides. On the exit. Yeah, good camera. So Ash, it looks like there's kind of still an order here at the front. Phil Reed looks like he's made up a few positions already. Looks like he's made up, what the f... Looks like he's made up 10 positions at the start here. Sarah Dove, who's just as well as Reed. Phil Reed has had an incredible start. Chambers in about 9th or 10th. Frozen. See what's going on at the back here. Chris Tkach didn't have a good a start as his teammate did. He's kind of stuck in traffic. Christian Tkach hasn't done much practice. McCaffrey leads just by Holstein. After lap 1, he's hang on. Holstein will start putting the pressure on. Olsen, Warren is the next closest fight. Will be the fight and best of the rest, I'm sure, tonight. And then we've got Wallström on the back of his shirt. And the incredible Phil Reed, who made up 10 positions at the start, or 10 or 11 positions at the start. He was 19th and he's now 8th. Unbelievable. Chambers is a bit wide, but absolutely fine. Chambers actually coming to the back of Sadov. This could be an interesting race in the midfield. There's a lot of close times in qualifying. Solstein is maintaining the gap. Wilson's got Warren closing in on them for 3rd place. What's his run going to be like? Just not close enough. Into stall. Holstein getting close to the back of McCarthy. Oh, a bit wide in the background. It's going to be fine. Holstein just starting to put the pressure on a bit more. And McCarthy is holding his own. And Holstein falls a little bit back. We have Ostrom right on the back of a shot. And Phil Reed, having the comeback of his life, is just behind. Let's go on board with Phil Reed, the team AOR car. Is he going to have a go? Stays in line. Gets a half decent run but slides just at the end. And he's going to have to sit behind. All over the back of Ostrom now. Phil Reed driving the Ferrari. A bit wide for Wilson. Will he have a big enough run to go up inside the cups? He won't bother. But look who's run wide. Phil Reed's going to pull out to the right. And possibly have a go at it here. And he's cuts across the curb. He's by his side. And he's past him. What a move by Phil Reed. He is up into 6th place and now chasing after Olsen. Meanwhile, the gap at the front is 6/10 again. This could go on all race. Here are your gaps, these two pulling away from everybody behind. And Frozen and Chambers were close across the line last time. Chambers maintained position. Moldo was close. Moldo still is close to Domino. These two in the Porsche, although got a decent run out of the final corner. And he gets a great run out of cops. And he gets another good run out of Beckett. He's surely gonna go for a move here. No, he's too far back, is he? No, he's on the brake and he makes Domino. Very scared. But Domino holds on for now. He's got Domino rattled. Meanwhile, Holstein all over McCarthy. Quickly check on Phil Reed here. He's got past the shirt on this lap. Phil Reed has got past, and now maybe a shirt was the person instead of Olsen. Yeah, Warren Olsen, and it was a shirt. Sorry, before it was a shirt and Foster. But Phil Reed flying here is probably going to get both of them. Phil Reed up into 5th. Holstein all over McCaffrey here. Who's going to get the best run? It's Holstein. Is he just too far back? Both men in the Porsche. Holstein is gonna... No, under the brakes. Holstein on his gearbox. He's gonna have a dive for a move up the inside. No, he hangs back. Still, Holstein can't get past. Into Abbey, Holstein buys his time. Trying to get him to make a mistake. In the background. Ah! Phil Reed has made the move. Let's have a look at the replay quickly on that one. Phil Reed goes up the inside, goes a bit wide. Olsen gets the better run, but it was Phil Reed's line, and Phil Reed takes the position back up to the lead. Holstein driving ragged. He's absolute raging. He's not past yet. And he's just not as close as he was. Phil Reed up into 4th. And we have Fostrom and a shirt. In fact, this whole group are close. Waldo's still behind. He's not got to run. Chambers has fell back a bit. Hey, these 4 will battle and Chambers should get back up to the back of the train. So Foster, Shirt, Olsen. Phil Reed, right, all over the wall, and he goes up the inside of the bridge. Now the outside. Oh, Phil Reed cut back underneath and get him under braking for this next corner. No, he won't. Warren cuts him off. Phil Reed desperately trying to get past and try and catch the leaders. more and a bit more on pace, so Philry's not catching him as fast as he has with everybody else. Maybe later in the race when we're at a quieter point, we'll look back at Phil Reed's first lap. That's scrapping out behind. Phil Reed really close. Are you gonna sit behind? Phil Reed's best chance now is well into turn 1 if he wants. No, he'll sit behind, very close to the grass, and they're braking there. Look at them leaning on the right hand side of the car as they came through maggots there. Oh, wide from ball bag. Wide from one, and Phil Reed is surely going to take the position up into podium position for Phil Reed. Can Phil catch the leaders? He is about 9 seconds behind. Holstein is still all over the back of McCarthy. He just can't get past. Let's look at this. Holstein's fastest lap is a 42.8. McCarthy is a 42.6, and McCarthy has the fastest lap. 43.2, 43.1. Don't go on doing that. 43.1, 43.1. 43.1. The consistency of these drivers is unbelievable. So is the pace car. It will take one mistake for Holstein to take the lead, and he's still not close enough. Unless he feels like scaring him into the braking zone. Austin constantly looks like he's getting a better run, but oof, just can't get close enough. How much downforce are these cars running? Meanwhile, it's kicking off. That doesn't look good. The shirt's there. And Wallstrom's here. Let's look at what happened to a shirt. Quickly go back in time, just like magic. Oh, look at this! Whoa! Let's look at this. He actually, to be fair, got it done. But then just back end slid out. And in fact, That's Wallström making a move. And Wallström gets away with it. So Shirt won't be happy about that. Chambers now in the back of him. Has he got any damage? Has Waldo got past Domino now? No, he hasn't. Still hasn't, but it looks like he's got a really good run. He's scaring him into the braking zone, but Domino cuts him off. There's no way, Paul. Oh! This is for 12th, 11th place. A shirt. It's behind. In fact, Chambers is now. Chambers is behind Wallström. Six-10 separate leaders. So it looks like Dove getting challenged by pros in here. Oh, look at that! Prozen loses the back end. And he's on the pit lane exit. Let's look at this again on the replay. He's still braking well, turning and spins after right. Luckily he gets it stopped before he hits the wall. And pitting out. He's lost a lot of time. Oh, it's kicking off behind. It's Domino and Waldo. Waldo is up the inside. Waldo makes the move. Let's have a look at that on the replay as well. Waldo scares him. Domino gets loose, allowing Waldo to run. And ultimately the move for 11th place. Bush, Dove. Has Dove made a mistake? She has. She pooped her pants at seeing Prozen lose it earlier, and she's lost it herself somewhere. Oh, few cars having problems at this corner. She goes wide, risking it. Oh, she locks up the rear, stopping the car, comes back on the track, just about safely enough, and loses 2 positions. But she's still right on the back of this lot. Chambers now in the middle of this, trying to get past Wallström, who might be feeling bad. Oh, we've lost. We have had a move for the lead, and it happened here on lap 13. Holstein did get the run onto the hanger straight, and McCarthy looks like he lets him through slightly under braking. So Holstein takes the lead and has already pulled a bigger gap than McCarthy, who held over him for the first 13 or so laps. So Holstein leads now over McCarthy. These two have a 10-second lead over Phil Reed, who has 3 seconds over people behind. So he might have a boring race for the rest of this evening. Warren and Olsen back at it again. Ballstrom, the front of the queue. As Chambers trying to hold on from Saradav. Oh, and Dav right up his bum. Nice break in there from Chambers into corner. Catches Wallström a little bit there. Does Wallström have a problem here? He's going pretty slow. Chambers comes into the pits. Unbelievable. Oh, he nearly speeds. But he slowed down, I think. Waldo getting away from this trio of free cars here. Leaving Domino in his wake. Frozen after that mistake. Hanging on to these three. Bush. Dav and Wallström. Dav closes up to the back of Wallström very quickly after Stevie pits. And I thought I heard about a tyre screeching. Frozen has slid off again. Let's have a look at that. On the marbles. At half spins. Not quite as bad as the cops, but even more time lost. And up the inside, half the inside, went Waldo. And Waldo had to run. It doesn't look like it completes the move. There we are, back live. And Waldo all over the annoyed Frozen. Looks like McCarthy decomposed himself and is now keeping up with Austin. Very interesting battle. It looks like Dav has got past Wallström. Let's see when that happened. She got the better run out of cops. And takes the place. She might have got it earlier in the lap, actually, but she is up to 6. It will be now, actually. Unprofessional yawn now. David McCulloch said enough. Is his name even David? I don't know. You'll notice that the championship leader Jason Dyer's not here. And Ayer is Vastamaki. And Ayer is Finch. So all three of our championship leaders have not been here tonight, so it feels a bit more open. More points up for grabs. So they've pulled away now from that group. These three though. Shit, Dominion. And to catch, where has he been? Shocking. Tkach didn't do any laps, so this is his practice. And he's paying the price for being stuck. Respectfully behind a sharp. So only one DNF in this race so far, and that's McCulloch. Stefan Kamke, the slowest of them all, unfortunately. Chambers seems to have lost a bit of time since pitting, but has finally made the move on Brenneman, and I think Wallstrom has also pitted. Unless he made a mistake. I'm gonna have to look at this lap again. He did pit, that's fine. So in fact, did Chambers jump Wallstrom there? I think he did. However, he lost time getting stuck in traffic because he was only 57 seconds behind. He's now 102. And then this little train is zooming in, I haven't mentioned him yet. Catching up to the back of Tkach, a shirt, Domino. And Prosen fighting with Waldo. Oh, that was close. Up to the inside there. Waldo may have just made a move or is hanging on for his life. As Prosen makes a half move. Let's have a look at this. Oh, that looked close for some reason, but it wasn't. Waldo's going to be fine. McCarthy's dropped back a bit from the lead. And this is the closest ball on the track right now. We have Domino, Asher, Tkach, and Suman. right on the back of them now. As Sharon makes a dummy move to the Abbey chicane. Unsettled. To catch now, up to the back of him. And he goes a bit wide there. Takach's going to get a run. He goes to the left. And Takach can't get past. As Sher holds on. Takach gets a much better run onto the high straight. Will he dive up inside? No, he won't. But he will stay right on the back of him. Holstein leads by nearly 2 seconds. Oh. McCarthy. Fail read. Just can't keep up. Warren, kind of the middle on his own as well. Olsen similar. Dove, even worse. Harry Bush. And look at this. Prosen trying to make the move and wallow. Prosen around outside, he spun at the last with that bit loss a few laps ago. He carries momentum, but he ran too wide. Will he go up the inside here? He does, and Waldo side by side. Waldo is the inside, Prosen with the momentum on the outside. Gets the overtake done. Up into 8th place. Prosen trying to make up for the mistakes he's made. Oh, and he's that wide. It's Alexis Harry Bush. Now he has got a fight on his hands. And he's gonna pit to make up for it. It looks like a shirt has made a mistake. And Chambers now side by side with Fallstrom. Chambers hangs on. the exit of Beckett. Fangstrom with the run. And in the Porsche versus the Ferrari. Stevie gives them the room. And Fangstrom gets past. That was her 14th. But these two have pitted. McCarthy dropping back a lot now. 2.3 is Phil Reed doing his pace. Waldo and Prosen Waldo got past last lap. Christian to catch on his own. Now that he's not being held up, he pulled away from Suminen. Oh, a few lines there on the gravel. Wonder who that was for. Chambers immediately falling back from Fostern. Prosen has fell back. He's not spun it again, has he? Or has he pitted? Oh, he has that. The lines were for Prosen. Unbelievable. Prosen's gonna get all wrong. Coming out here, swaps ends. And avoids hitting the wall. Quickly back into first gear. And that's his third mistake of the race. Prosen will be kicking himself. That gives Waldo back to position. 10 seconds clear of Prosen now. I believe Sluman was pitted, maybe, or not. It looks like Domino has binned it, or he is simply pitted. Gonna have to have a look at what happened to Domino. And look at the chopper. And oh dearie me, what the hell happened there? He loses it on the AstroTurf. Straight into a shirt, and to catch saves it. But that may have taken a shirt out of the race. No, shirt holds on to it. It looked a bit laggy, the contact itself, so there might not be as much damage as we think. Slimming, shirt only did 45s. Chambers hanging on to Volstrom. Wald on his own. Davin are on. Olsen are on. Warren are on. Phil's on his own. And McCaffrey's 3 seconds back. To this man, Christoph Holstein, who is flying. Let's go. A lap on board for a fun immersion. Style there from our leader, who gains another 4/10 on that last lap. Well, we've got a bit of time. Let's look back at Phil Reid on his lap, his first lap. Let's look at his cockpit. Oh, he absolutely blitzed his start here. Oh my god, look at this, this is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Oh, they're braking up ahead for turn 1. What did you think they were braking? Phil Reid has got different ideas. This was from the helmet cam. I don't think Phil only makes another position up from here, is it? Forget lap 1. Think about turn 1 and turn 0. An incredible first sector, as he nearly loses it in the first lap. An incredible first sector from Phil Reid. With him live on board. On the roll bar, see how much we roll. getting a bit loose. The tyres starting to wear. Doing. Final rate 20 seconds behind our leader. Incredibly, the closest gap fight at the moment is Chambers. On the back of Vostrom. Let's have a look at the nose as he tries to hang on. Look at the sunset. This Chambers really is hanging on. Nice slot. Oh, it looks like it must be, might be for a proper move. It is Kamke and Bush fighting it out here for 14th place. Bush is going to get the run. He is the faster man. Into cups we go. Oh, and there's a car off there that might have been frozen again. It's these two fighting it out. And Bush is ahead, in fact. Let's look back. And the car that's spinning off there is actually McCarthy. Oh my god. What's happened here? Let's have a look at it again. He's losing more and more ground to Holstein. And he downships the wrong point, clips the grass on the inside and half, spins it, misses the wall, but that could be his chance. Any chance he had of winning this race completely gone. McCarthy will be angry. Holstein can now relax big time. The gap was 3.4. The gap as McCarthy comes across the line is up to nearly 15 seconds. Incredible. Will that give Phil Reed confidence to chase him down? Jeez, it really is spread out. Chambers is the closest to another car, and that's Falstrom. of the last corner once again. Stevie applying pressure here. What's his run gonna be like out of Beckett's? Very average it was. Stevie seems to be really good in the braking zones at this track. But maybe that's because he's slow. But he's not that slow today. He's fighting for 10th here. So let's go through this. Again, Holstein leads by nearly about 15 seconds. And McCarthy just up here. He's let through by a slower car. Pushing Kamke. Slimming at the back, Ferrari chasing down McCarthy. There's Warren in 4th place. He's been there for quite a while. Since Phil Reed passed him. Olsen's been 5th also. And just can't catch Warren. They're doing about the same pace. Sardav has had a mistake or two, but she's still in 6th place. After she got past the car again, she flew away again. Waldo in a solid 7th position after fighting off Frozen. Swim in 8th place. Armstrong starting to pull away from Chambers like no. Wait a minute, we had 8th place. Where's 9th? 9th should have been a shirt. Here's a shirt. He may have just pitted. He has. Or he got a drive-through penalty, you don't know. We don't have the incidents up here. 16x and you get a drive-through. You have to take the drive-through. Christian catch. Hasn't had a good comeback. Like Phil Reed has. And he has Holstein now all over the back of him. And he's going to have to get out of the way. Helen Barson for Chris to catch. He's about to get lapped. Will he be in the mood to just get out of the way? He does. Holstein leads by 15.8 seconds. Unfortunately, Phil is still slower than McCarthy, and McCarthy has built that lead over Phil back up to 9 seconds. Brenneman, a shirt, Bush, Sluman, Kamke. Frozen has quit Let's see how it ended for Frozen. He may have got disqualified. Still a full lap we went here. Across the line. Oh! And Frozen made his fourth mistake. Hits the wall with his rear right. And still going. Can he drive the car in a straight line? No. He pulls off and retires the car. What a disaster for Frozen. He was on for top 6, 7 fight with Foldo and Dove. But too many mistakes. Warren looks like he's came into the pits for his pit stop. But pits these for his pit stop. Good, good. Chambers hanging in a second behind Falstrom. Unfortunately the field is a bit spread out at the moment. Yeah. Well, the free championship leaders didn't turn up tonight, and that meant Holstein could maybe make up some ground. He hasn't raced every race this season. He won last time in Imola after a weird race for the lead. But yeah, good car work. Let's have a look at the championship standings here. If they work. Yeah, so Dyer coming into this had a 48 point lead over Vastamaki. In fact, Holstein is third in the championship. I thought Finch was third. Finch was third before Imla, but it's quite close from 4th to 7th, where Dove is actually in a good position to overtake Finch and Wallström in the championship, and Suimonen quite possibly as well, but maybe not. That's Holstein, the race leader, is in the pits. No need to risk any spin. Although he could take a spin penalty and get away with it. Kind of. No, he couldn't, because the pit lane's quite big. McCarthy, fighting for the lead tonight, is 9th in the championship before this race. He might well jump Olsen Warren, who was in 11th, has only finished one race and he finished on the podium there at Road America. Chambers has had 2 DNS and 7th and a 13th, and he could be on for something in the middle tonight. As Waldo has made his pit stop, and he is actually right on the back of his teammate. Will his teammate let past? Will this be team orders? Will this be a multi 483? Chambers is not letting his teammate past. Oh, he is now. Gives him the space. Waldo's through to chase after Wallstrom. Chambers got the tactics in mind. Although he was scaring Waldo up the inside there, maybe he didn't mean to let him through. Chambers maintaining the pressure. These two driving for Scuderia AOR. And Chambers hasn't given up this, surely. He was just messing him about, but that has scared Waldo. And Waldo will be happy with that. Chambers repasses him. For 8th place. Incredible. Intra-team battle here. The team bosses won't like this. Waldo immediately on the back of Chambers again. Chambers has actually pitted. So this is actually for position. What am I talking about? Waldo scares him down the inside. Chambers takes the white line but maintains position. Can we quickly cut away for any other battles? There is a battle for 4th place going on here. Got a couple of battles to feast their eyes on now. We got Warren on the back of Olsen. Let's go back to Chambers versus Waldo. Oh, look how close they're getting. Waldo fell back a bit, but has the better traction out to that corner. Will he try and scare him into the Abbey chicane? No, not this time. Chambers maintains position. But under the bridge, Waldo gets closer and closer. Waldo looking to cut underneath here. Waldo will get a better run at the corner. He nearly runs into the back of Chambers. Coming down into Cops. Will Waldo try and make a move? No, he doesn't. He sticks behind Chambers. Keeps the position but runs wide a bit. Waldo cannot capitalise. Through Maggots. Oh, Chambers cuts that beautifully. Through Beckett's. And now onto Hammer Straight. Waldo isn't as close as he has been and won't. Probably won't be able to make the move. Let's cut back to Olsen versus Warren as Olsen maintains a massive lead. Oh, it looks like Warren has fell back a bit from Olsen. We're gonna have to go back to Chambers versus Waldo. And again, Waldo all over the back into this final sector. Waldo goes a bit wider to see if he can get a better run. Not as good as the previous lap. Maybe not being as close will help him through here. Chambers runs wide. And Waldo they're side by side at the pocket. And Waldo makes the move. But gets a terrible run out. And Chambers will have to run back on him. Chambers to the outside. Waldo breaks. Oh, Chambers trying to maintain that on the outside. Oh, that's so close. Waldo defends. Chambers outside. Waldo locks up. Runs a bit wide. Chambers is going to get the better run. Up into Abish again. Who's this catching them? It's Chris is a catch. Unbelievable. Chris the catch just came to join in the fun. As it settles down a bit and Chambers has to worry about the catch for a bit. The catch gets an almighty run out of the last corner. And is all over Chambers. The catch is gonna sit behind. Oh, the catch nearly lost it. Chambers will be determined not to lose Waldo now. Chambers gets a decent run out of there to catch up to Waldo. Meanwhile, the leader, 18-second lead We've only got maybe 1 or 2 laps left in this race. We're on lap 44. Phil Reed in on his own. Olsen a 2.5 gap back to Warren. Dav 7 seconds back from them. And she has a 27-second lead over Wallstrom, who has been able to relax a bit because of Waldo and Chambers fighting. So this is the best part on the track. Just to catch. Now back on the back of Chambers again. Chris the catch, messing about here, trying to do a fakie. Oh, he gets so much better. Cops and Chambers, that's. He's gonna step behind though, playing the fairly tactical game. Hopefully Chambers will catch back up the wall though. The catch gets him in. Well, a good enough run I think. On to pass. No, the catch dives down the inside. And just gets Chambers on the exit. The catch makes a move. And now try to get up to the back of Waldo. How quickly can he do that? The race could be coming to an end very shortly. This might be the final lap. It might be the penultimate lap, as the elapsed time is not correct. Austin, he's been dominant since he passed McCarthy. Into what might be the final time, or he may have one more lap, or does he? I believe he's got another lap at least here, so we can get back on this fight. As Waldo as to catch has spun it. What an idiot. What on earth was he doing here? Spins off, bottles it once again. Unfortunately, Chambers has fell back a bit and might not be able to get back up in time. Believe our leader is on the final lap. It crashes the catch, what a muppet. And Wallstrom's only just there. Is he trying to save fuel? Waldo is catching very quickly. The leader is nearly there. Chambers not able to catch in time. Holstein across the line. He's got another lap. No, has he? Yes, it sounds like it. As Waldo pressurising Wallström in the final lap here. Warren still not close enough to Olsen. Chambers too far back. These guys will have another lap after this. As Waldo runs a bit wide, that might hamper his chances. Chambers, you can see just in the background, must have made a mistake after being passed by the catch. That's Holstein now, surely through the final sector, through Laffield and all those sort of corners. Christopher Holstein will come across the line to take victory for the second week in a row. Christopher Holstein wins round 5 of season 3 of the AOR GTE League. McCarthy takes second. He may be a bit disappointed he couldn't hang on to Holstein for a bit longer. Phil Reed will come across in 3rd place. Olsen will hang on against Warren. Saradav seems to be catching these guys a bit at the end here. She's going to finish 6th. And Waldo is nearly on the back of Wallström. Can he get him? With just a couple of corners to go. Wallström has a bit of a twitch. Well, was he going to scare him with the braking zone? Wallström defends the line and Waldo put all his efforts into scaring him there as he locks his rear tyres. Waldo is just going to miss out by about half a second. Unbelievable effort from Alexander Waldo tonight. Simon and Chambers comes over 9th. He may be disappointed he couldn't fight with Waldo a bit more. But what was an interesting battle at the end there. Crashed the catch after starting 18th. Has run out of fuel. Listen to that sad state of an engine. Because of Christian Catch's poor fuel calculations. He hangs on to 10th though. And that is the end of the race. Well, it was a bit boring in the middle part of the race, but it picked up. It was a tale of two halves. Exciting first half, boring middle, but exciting end because of Waldo, Chambers, and a couple of others. Christopher Holstein is your winner. McCarthy second, Phil Reed third, Olsen 4th, Warren 5th, Saradav 5th, Wallström 6th, Waldo 7th, Chambers 8th. Christy Catch 9th. Simon in 10th. And look at this. They missed. She missed. And the rest of the grid, one lap down. Yeah, Simon in the shirt. A shirt who was a bit higher up before he had the incident, I think, with Silverstone. There might be words said about that. Brenneman 14th, Sluman 15th, Kamke 16th, and the DNFers Prozen, who half spun about 4 times. Domino, it was unfortunate, 18th, and McCulloch, who we really never looked at, finished 19th. So that was round 4, round 5. Here at Silverstone Classic, I've been Evan Erty and that's all from me. Goodbye.